Hey guys, how we doing? So I'm back again with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and make sure you guys join the family. So yeah, I got my tea. I got my favorite cup, the Brady Bunch. I like this cup. I like coffee cups. Like I'm simple at times. Like, sometimes like the littlest thing like this like will really make me happy. Like a cool bowl or like a cool decorative cup. I got a Minnie Mouse cup. Is like a big one, and it's like it's a coffee cup, but I'm scared to drink out of it because it's like a little tiny minor chip, and I be scared that if it's like a little, when I bought it, it was like that, I realized it when I got home, but it's like if it's a mini, like a little, it's like chipped off a little bit, I feel like it's like glass, so I never even used it. I never even used it, but I usually drink coffee, but I drink so much coffee like during the week, it's crazy. So I figure I have my tea today. So anyways though, I wanted to do this video and I wanted to talk about, I mean, you kind of can consider it like a part two, but I kind of wanted to talk about what I talked about before with the whole people trying to do magic and stuff. But before we go into this video, I just want to say this, before people want to try to, what I'm saying, label, a person as crazy, delusional, and all this stuff for talking about topics like this. First of all, you need to really like do research and really look further into things, before you try to, label somebody as that, because people do practice witchcraft and voodoo. People actually do things like that, whether you believe in it or not. People actually do attempt to do things to other people. That's just a given fact. Is something that is getting done. Now, whether you believe in it actually working or not, that's your opinion, but people actually do things like that. Now, do I think it's right? No, I think it's absolutely horrible and horrific, and the people who do partake in things like that, they are gonna have to deal with the Lord. So I'm really not gonna go too much into it. You guys will be able to find out more about my life history in the future, but right now is not the time. So I'm gonna try to keep it very briefly and straight to the point. But as we all know, I've been living in New York City. It's actually about 2 years now, and I'm actually from Rochester, New York, and pretty much all of my family is from down south. And as I was little, I was told that my family, they was into, what I'm saying, like that voodoo and magic and stuff like that. But when I was a young child, being told these things, I never really paid them any mind. It just kind of like went into one ear and out the other. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always focused on other stuff. Good things, brighter things of life. You know what I'm saying? Not no demonic type of stuff. But to make a long story short, you know what I'm saying, I do have an aunt in my family, and what I'm starting to realize is that, she is like, obviously is the big witch of the family. I really don't give a hell who gets upset with me about revealing that, but I'm not gonna reveal her name right now. But I guess she's like the witch of the family or whatever, so long time ago when I was a teenager, she told me that when they was in Georgia, she said that they was playing with a Ouija board, and she said that every time that they try to get rid of the Ouija board, she said that the Ouija board always came back. And yeah, and then she also was telling me that she also did tell me, which is that I did discover, in my adult years, is that she did say that our family do suffer from a generational curse, which is true. And I am going to be the generational curse breaker. That's why I feel like I went through a lot of horrific things in my life that were totally unfair to me, that I shouldn't have went through. But we'll all discuss that at a later moment. when the time is necessary. But anyways though, and it's always a saying that my mother, she lived in a household with her grandmother and with her grandmother's daughter, which was my aunt. And my aunt is actually my mother's niece. You see what I'm saying? But you know, they was the same age, because my grandmother was pregnant with my mother the same time that her mother was pregnant with her daughter. So she grew up in a household with her so anyways, like I was saying, so my mother grew up in a household with her grandmother and her grandmother's daughter, which was her niece, right? And her niece is, you know, the same age as her. And that's basically the witch of the family. So, you know, from what they was telling me when I was a kid, at the time when they was telling me the stuff, I'm just telling you guys what they told me, okay? You know what I'm saying? So there's no need to be trying to label nobody as delusional or crazy or psychotic, because if you do try to attempt to do that, that would make you delusional, psychotic, or crazy for not doing your research, because people really do things like that. Now, you should not do it. It's not the right thing to do, but yeah, now if you want to say that you don't believe in stuff like this, that's one thing. You understand what I'm saying? But like, the stuff is true. Like, I do know that is real. I don't practice things like that. I'm off of the Lord, but I do know that voodoo and witchcraft is real. And what I am starting to realize is a lot of people of this day and age is starting to really get into that type of stuff. And it seems like people think that it's a cool thing to do, especially out here in New York City. I believe, in my personal opinion, I'm from Rochester, and you know what I'm saying, I didn't really come to the light as far as knowing about this is until I moved out here. But I think that in New York City, I think a lot of people do operate in the dark, and I do think they do deal with a lot of psychics and stuff like that. Now, everybody who is trying to participate in magic, I don't think that they all are doing things to harm other people, but I do think a lot of people out here in New York City are into astrology and things like that. This is a big city. Everything is expensive. You know what I'm saying? It is not as easy to make it out here than where it is where I'm from, versus I come from a place where you can get a 2-bedroom townhouse for $850 versus like $2,000 or more for a 2-bedroom apartment. I come from a place to where you can rent a whole entire 3-bedroom, whole house, backyard, front yard, driveway, whole shebang, whole entire house. You know, like the houses that you actually people buy to raise their families in. You can rent a whole 3-bedroom house for $900. But I mostly had townhouses when I was in Rochester, but you can rent a whole 3-bedroom house in Rochester for $900. In New York City, pay about $3,000. Yeah. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Basically what I was told is that like I said, my mother grew up in a household with her grandmother and her niece. I guess what they was telling me is that my mother grew up in a household with her niece and her grandmother. So what they was telling me is that her niece that she lives in a household with was real jealous of her. You understand what I'm saying? You know, then they were saying that to keep it funky with you guys, which means, well, in my terminology, I mean keep it real with you guys, they basically trying to say that that her niece was jealous of her because she was of a lighter complexion. And if you ask me, her niece is not too much off darker than her. Now that whole complexion thing is the most delusional, stupidest thing that I ever personally heard of. Like but I didn't start, you know, really understanding that, you know what I'm saying, people do be on that light skinned versus dark skinned stuff. I didn't realize that until I was like 19 years old, and when it did get brought to my attention, I thought it was the most psychoticest thing ever, because just because a person is light complexion does not necessarily mean that they can be attracted to everybody, and vice versa. Just because somebody happens to be dark skinned, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are attractive to everybody. It doesn't matter about your. We all got creations, and we all are beautiful in our own way. But I don't think that the complexion of a person's skin determines on whether they're beautiful or not. I think it has something to do with the face, but you know, in this that are way reappeared, right? And then so there's also, so back to the thing about the whole complexion thing. I think the whole complexion thing is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You're beautiful based on your face, not your complexion. But we're all God's, you know, people anyway, you know. But yeah, so I guess that my aunt was jealous. Well, she actually was jealous of my mother. So, you know, from what they was telling me since I was a young child, they said that my aunt had put roots on my mother. So let me tell you what my mother said that she had did, you know, and this would I'm gonna say this because this also can help some of you guys, so you guys can be very careful about who you allow around you. You know what I mean? She said that my mother said that when she was on her period, she took one of her pads that had blood in it, and then she said she took it and she buried it, and then what they did is they chanted all over it and did like witchcraft and stuff like that over it. And then she said that one morning she woke up and she said like she was never the same, you know. And you know, they said my mother was real beautiful, blah 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 blah, and my mother said that one morning she just woke up and she was never the same. And she said that she had all kind of, you know, back pains, and then I guess they said that she just ended up losing, like, you know, just losing her mind. And then she also said that they said that she got real sick, like real sick, like real sick, you know. So anyways, like I was saying, so it's basically my mother, you know, been telling me since I was a small child that her niece, which she grew up in a household with that's the same age as her, was always jealous of her, right? So what she basically said is that she took one of her pads from when she was on her period and buried it somewhere, and did some type of chanting over it, you know. And I guess that when she did some type of chanting over it, that it basically conquered up demons and basically went and attacked my mother. And my mother ended up basically you know, basically like going crazy, and she just never was the same, and it just basically destroyed her whole life because my mother, she never really worked. I think she only had like one job, you know, working at McDonald's when she was younger, and it just, she ended up getting on all kind of heavy medication, and just her life just never been the same, you know. And yeah, so that's why you guys got to be careful, you know, like who you let in your house, you know, because, you know, people, you know, try to take certain items from you and try to do witchcraft on you. So that's basically a warning to people to be careful, you know what I'm saying? Like, be careful who houses you go to, who bathrooms you use when you on your menstrual cycle, and when you disposing of like sanitary napkins and stuff like that, because people would take that type of stuff and try to put some type of roots on you. Yeah, so but the thing that had always tripped me out is I don't understand, like, after she did that to her and ruined her whole life, why in the world would she still hang with her and be cool with her? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So that was something that I was always told as a child, but I never really it just kind of like went in one ear and out the other, you know. So but I had like I said, I've been living in New York City for 2 years, right? And I had ran into I had met someone, and I'm not really gonna go in full detail about it, because, you know, he would be so mad at me if I like really like go too much into it. But like, this is like, I consider this person like as like I don't know how to put it, like, it's not like, this is like, I don't know how to say it, like my lifesaver. Like I consider this like my family. Like I really like love this person, like on a real live brotherly sister type of thing. He know who he is though. But I ran into somebody in New York City, and it was one time I was just like hanging out and chilling with him. Like I said, this is like my buddy, you know, like it's like my brother. Like I feel like he like saved my life in so many different ways. And when I do get, you know what I'm saying, you know, when I do get, you know, like where I really want to be in life, you know what I'm saying, and do be able to obtain, you know, certain financial freedom, or however you guys want to like word it or put it, I will always look out for him. Like I feel like I owe him that. Like I really do. I owe him that. Like I really do. But I had ran into this person, and mind you, when I had moved out here, I wasn't, you know, I had always heard of like, you know, the voodoo and stuff that, you know, went on in my family and stuff like that. But I wasn't sorry guys, I I still didn't really, I really didn't pay it like no mind. I didn't really think too much of it. But I had ran into him, and one day we was talking, and we was in a car, and it was at night. And he said, I got something I gotta tell you, but I don't know if you can really handle the information. And he had his eyes closed, right? And I was like, what? Like, I wasn't really thinking nothing of it. And then he just really, he really, it's like he lit up like an incense or something. And then, like, mind you, I did not know this guy was psychic. I did not know this guy was spiritual. I didn't have a flying clue. But he just started telling me, he was like, this is what he told me. Like, I'm just telling you guys what he told me. He was like, he just said, he just basically said, he said that there was a curse put upon you. And, he told me who did it. I'm not really gonna go in full detail with it. And I mean, I'm gonna keep it funky with you guys. He said your mother put a curse on you. And he told me that she did it at first. He said that she did it. He told me that when she first, no, at first he started telling me, he was like, your mother has she has like a sister that's like her ace boom coon. She said, like, it's her BTCIH. You know, he'd be like, oh yeah, that's my, you know what I'm saying? You just figuratively speaking. He was like, and I was like, how do you know that? And I started thinking of my aunt, because that's who she grew up with. And he basically was saying, yeah, because she is the one that your mother goes to try to do like spells and voodoo and stuff. So basically he said that my mother had put a curse on me, right? And he said that she first did it because she was mad about the situation with my ex, right? Because I mean, because something had happened to one time when she was she always, like, when I before I'm in New York City, you know what I'm saying, it was this one apartment I had. And even though my mother had her apartment, she came and she stayed with us for about 6 months because she was lonely. And within that, but she still had her apartment. And one time my ex had went downstairs in the basement because he was mad at me because I was upset with him. So that particular night, I didn't like come home that night. I wasn't out with another man or nothing like that, because I never was a cheater. I never cheated on that man the whole time that I was with him, even though he treated me like terribly. But and it was horrible, but it was just horrible. He was real mean and horrible, but that's a whole nother topic. But anyways, though, so he went downstairs at like 3 o'clock in the morning and told her to get the F out. And she ended up, and we stayed not too far from the cemetery, and she ended up having to walk all the way home that night, right? So he told me that when that, and I couldn't understand how he knew that my ex did something to really offend my mother. Like, how he know this? How he know my mother got somebody that's like her sister, And he said that that's when she had first went and put the spell on me. And then he also said that they put a spell on me to try to stop me from moving, which meaning to try to stop me from like moving forward and getting ahead. And I couldn't believe it. And when he was telling me that, I felt, because like if somebody telling me something is true, so it's basically, like a lot of things that he was saying was true, and it's just crazy. So like as the time been going on, I've been like, as time went on, like over the summer, I started watching like a lot of like prophetic words, and like it's basically YouTube. And like a lot of those people on YouTube, it's like they basically be like predicting a lot of stuff, and I don't know how they get the information. I don't know, but I know that they are like they basically like lifesavers. But you know, another thing that, you know, I've realized over the period of time, like since, you know, I've been told that, you know, and also another thing, when somebody tell me something, I do like to like do my own like investigation to try to see if what they were saying was true. So I did go and ask a lot of questions, like especially to my mother, you know, and to another individual in my family, and based on their responses, I could basically tell that they that what the guy told me was actually true. Because one time I was asking my mother about it, and she basically did accidentally admit to it, and then she tried to say something to try to cover it up and make it seem like it wasn't true. So I did do my own research, and so trust me, it's crazy. And you know, and it's crazy. But one thing that I have discovered is that the reason why I'm not dead yet, or nothing horrific has happened to me, or the reason why every time I go through something I'm always able to get out of it, you know, is because that, you know, I am divinely protected, and you know, the Lord is with me. And like they all have been, you know, like the, you know, prophets and stuff have basically been saying is that I am, like, you know, one of the chosen ones. And they even be saying that I am a earth angel. So don't sit up here and try to say I'm delusional, psychotic, or crazy, or this or that, or blah 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 blah. I'm just telling you what they are telling me. Nobody is perfect. I'm not trying to act like I'm just so freaking perfect and I'm just this just so perfect person. And no, I'm just telling you, you know, because I know that every time you say something, people always want to try to like twist what you say, or try to say, oh, she try to act like she this, or she try to act like this, that. No, nobody is perfect. Everybody makes freaking mistakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but as I've been learning that I am, you know, like, you know, one of God anointed ones, I do try to go about things a little differently. I do try to react to certain situations a little differently, and I do try, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, it's, you know, everybody has room for improvement. You know, nobody is perfect, you know, and in my sight, as long as you try to, you know what I'm saying, do things differently and try to improve, then, you know, you should be fine. But yeah, so you guys gotta be real freaking careful. And it's like, and constantly, you know, like you because you know, like I always said that, like, oh, the face. So that also takes me back to, now I see to why all the like the famous people and stuff like that, to why they would give me subliminal message and they all know who I am and blah 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 blah, is because, you know, you know, a lot of, you know, high profile people, you know, can be like psychic in their own way, and I kind of, they see who I am, you know. I'm not gonna really go, so I'm starting to connect the dots with a lot of things, and a lot of things is starting to make sense now. And yeah, because I always be like, out of all these people in the world, why would they be choosing me to give me these messages and subliminal messages and just a lot of subliminal stuff that goes on the internet? Now I'm starting to understand why. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so but like, you know, and another thing is, like, because I get a lot of information, so people basically they be trying to figure out like how I be knowing certain things. So what I do believe that it has caused people that I do know to do, you know what I'm saying, like, besides my family, I think that due to the fact that, like, if somebody doing something behind my back, or somebody got like a secret, you know what I'm saying, I bring it to their attention, they be looking at me like, how you know what I'm saying? But in reality, all I do is just go on Instagram or go on YouTube. And I think that with me being able to really say things about them that's true, that they didn't tell me, you know, I think that they be trying to figure out how I get the information. So what they do is, I think that it's causing them to try to go, you know what I'm saying, seek psychics and try to go to witch doctors and stuff like that, when in reality, so they basically selling their soul, you know what I'm saying, to try to get information like I do, when in reality, I don't do any of that. You know what I'm saying? I never went and paid a psychic a day in my life, none of that stuff. I'm just getting the information freely, you know, off the internet and stuff, basically just by scrolling through Instagram. You know what I'm saying? They tell me these things, and I believe the reason why they tell me these things is because I am a chosen one. So it's just a lot of stuff. So now it's like people who I know now, I gotta watch out for other people. It's like, you know, it's crazy. So now I got other people who just dislike me, and they trying to do magic. Like, I felt like, you know, today is what, Sunday, April 10th. Like, on Friday morning, like around 6 p.m., I felt like somebody was trying to do some type of magic against me, because I got a headache. Like I said, you know, none of that stuff is gonna work. You know, I might get like a slight headache or whatever, but like, I couldn't feel the attempt, but the actual overall thing that they want to happen is like not gonna happen, because I'm too divinely protected. So it's like Friday I had like a headache all day, but I took a Tylenol, and you know what I'm saying, the headache went away. But the main reason why I did this video is because it's basically like I had got a message from one of the prophetic people, and they was basically saying that like it's some real sick-minded individuals. Like, they try to do like curses on me for all kind of shit. Excuse my language. They just want me to be isolated, miserable. They don't want me to have no kind of love life or nothing like that. Like, they just want me to just like have no love, be isolated, be by myself. And it's delusional, because it's like, don't they want love too? So why would they want to try to stop me? But yeah, that's what people trying to do. So like, you know, with the prophetic word, they were saying that these people is paying people across seas. These people is trying to do like freaking blood magic. I don't know what blood magic is, or they trying to, like, these people is crazy. They doing all this shit to try to stop me. I don't know, maybe they may be trying to sacrifice animals or something. I'm telling you, this stuff is really real. People is really that crazy. Like, it's crazy. Like, what is supposed to be in my future must be so freaking amazing. But even though it's amazing, why would somebody try to do something to try to stop it? So basically, this is the download that I've gotten from the prophets. You know, they basically saying that they're paying witch doctors, and I guess they have like practitioners, because I guess they call these like people that are like do voodoo and stuff like that. They trying to they basically paying these practitioners to try to set up a situation to try to get whoever. They trying to set up a situation to try to like they may not, like, how do I put this, like, they not like so they trying to do, okay, so I guess they trying to do some type of magic to where they say, oh, well, whoever is meant for her to, you know, be with in the future, that's gonna be right for her. So like I say, they basically saying, well, okay, so whoever she's supposed to be with in the future, you know, even though I don't know who it is, and even though they don't know who it is, they basically just saying, but they know that it's somebody that's supposed to be for me, you know, that God ordained for me. So they basically trying to say that, oh, whoever this person is, we don't want them to come together. You understand what I'm saying? Because, or for the simple fact that they don't want me to have happiness and blah 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 blah. So what the people is the prophets are saying, they basically saying that they paying witch doctors overseas and got like witch practitioners and stuff, and trying to do blood sacrifices and stuff to try to create some type of psychotic some type of psychotic situation to try to cause whoever God ordained for me to be with, to try to catch sleep with somebody that has some type of disease or some shit like that. Shit is crazy. Like I said, I don't know who the person is. They don't know who the person is, but they know that it's somebody that I'm supposed to be with in the near future. So they trying to create some kind of blockage to try to stop it. Ain't these people crazy? So I guess what they're doing is they're trying to get they're trying to find somebody who probably, like, you know what I'm saying, who acts or who probably, you know, has a similar type of personality trait to me. Because if when the time comes, and like I said, I don't know who they are, they don't know who I am, we never, you know what I'm saying, like, they don't know who it is, but they do know that obviously the person who I'm meant to be with, they are going to be you know, attracted to my personality and who I am as a person, right? Because I'm their type of individual. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to get somebody that matches my personality personality type, even though there's nobody like me. We're all, you know, our own individual person. They're trying to get somebody similar so they can try to, that they use, that have something to try to get them to sleep with them, to try to just ruin it. But it's not gonna work. All this shit they're trying to do, God forgive me for cursing, but like I said, you know what I'm saying, I'm one of God's chosen ones. What the prophet's been telling me is that I am an earth angel. So with that being said, there's no voodoo, witchcraft practitioner or anything that you can do. And for all the, because I know that the witch doctors and the practitioners, they got all kind of my photos and stuff like that. They're gonna watch this video, and I just want to let you know that I don't hate you, I don't despise you, I have nothing against you, but you guys need to seek the Lord, because what you guys are doing is not going to work. So if I was you, I would give them people their coins back, and I would try to get right with Jesus, because trying to come for me, honey, is like coming for God, and it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So when they try to light their candles, and it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't understand it. Child, it's crazy. But anyways though, folks is something else, child. Folks is something else, honey. So yeah, child, they be trying to do all kind of stuff. That's why you guys got to be careful, honey. That's why you guys got to be careful, honey. You got to be careful, honey. Jealousy is a crazy, crazy, crazy thing. Like, these people don't want me to have no happiness. No happiness. None, no whatsoever. They try to do some crazy stuff like that. So anyways though, we gonna call this part 1. I'm trying to make something to eat, and yeah, it's crazy. I hope that I was able to word that right. But like I said though, be careful. And like I said, like, I don't take my kids around my family or anything like that. But like, basically, they basically saying that, like, me and all my kids is gifted, you know, because to make a long story short, my daughter told me one time she had this shirt, and she said that she seen the girl in the shirt move. I never believed it. It went in one ear and out the other. As time go on, I think back to what she said, and I think that it can be some truth behind that, due to the fact of us being spiritual in a good way. So anyways guys, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you guys join the family. There will be a part 2 to this video, but right now I gotta get going. I love you guys. Stay blessed up. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. As long as you believe in the Lord, you will be okay. And if you feel anybody trying to do any type of magic, witchcraft, voodoo against you, if you pray, the Lord will protect you.